worrying about something and doing nothing else is never going to solve anything. And very often the things we worry about most, when they do happen, if they ever do, actually turn out to be nothing like what we first expected. Hi, thanks for joining me today. I just wanted to take a few moments to cover something which seems to be a fairly common concern. Whenever I do one of my speaking commitments, it's always a pleasure when people come up and speak to me afterwards. Very often they want to talk to me about the presentation itself, but very often again they will talk to me about their own mental health and mindset issues, and it's always a privilege to help if I can. One of the things they talk to me about most is worry. Why do they worry? Why do they spend so much of their life worrying, and what can they do about it? And when that question is asked, I ask them to engage in a very short little exercise with me. I ask them to make two lists in their head. The first list I ask them to make is, what have you ever solved by worrying about them alone? And funnily enough, they can't put anything on that list, and if you were trying to make it, then please don't feel awkward that you couldn't, because there's nothing that we solve from worrying about it alone. The second list is, I want them to tell me all the things that they've ever worried about that didn't turn out to be nearly as bad as they first thought. And that list is endless. That list will go on all day, so please don't start making that one in your head. The whole point of those two lists is it proves to us immediately that actually worrying about something and doing nothing else is never going to solve anything. And very often the things we worry about most, when they do happen, if they ever do, actually turn out to be nothing like what we first expected. So if you're a worrier, if you do find yourself susceptible to worry, one of the best things you can do is sit there and just quietly ask yourself a question. If I did know the answer to this, what would it be? Now that might sound ridiculous because, of course, if you knew the answer, you wouldn't be worrying. But the whole point is that worry will actually close down your creativity. If you ask yourself, if I did know the answer, what would it be? You open up the parameters of creativity in your mind, and you'll be surprised at what solutions you come up with. Just asking that question in that way, if I did know the answer, what would it be? You'll be surprised at how often you find it. I'd love to know any examples where you use that and find out that it's useful, because trust me, I use it all the time, and it really is. I hope to speak to you again soon, but in the meantime, do take care.